belts. Blockbusters. You are listening to the Triple B podcast. Let's fucking go.
Welcome back to the Triple B podcast, Bourbon, Belts, and Blockbusters. We are here post-show of Bad Blood to do a quick recap. Did our predictions earlier.
We're here about to do our predictions for Bad Blood. We are actually filming this ahead of time.
Yep.
We're here, day of Bad Blood. It's about to start any moment now in 20 minutes. So
yep, it is 2:43 p.m. Hi, sister. We also have our first special guest on the show today.
Hi,
my daughter,
Miss.
Lainey. So,
Hi,
sorry in
Miss.
advance for any crazy baby noises. But, yeah, dude. So, first and foremost, what are you thinking?
All right, let's start with Finn versus Priest.
All
Yeah,
right.
what are you thinking for that?
I'm going Priest. I don't know, really. I feel like if it doesn't happen, then this feud's not over. And I feel like we're kind of at the point where it might be wrapping up. To a point, at least.
See, my thoughts were that it was actually going to go the opposite way. That Finn is going to win because Priest has been going full force for the past year since he won Money in the Bank. He hasn't really taken any time off. He won the title, and usually that's when you see superstars kind of disappear for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I feel like Finn is going to win this one, and Priest is going to disappear for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Okay.
go to
We'll see. We're already opposite.
We're already opposite.
I like it. Okay.
Let's go with Nia versus Bayley.
I'm saying Nia Jax retains.
I say Nia Jax retains.
I'm not adding any special predictions, even though I want to. I'm not adding special predictions into this one because that screwed me last time. I'm not doing it today, Timmy. I'm saying Nia Jax retains. What happens after that is for the wrestling gods to decide. Okay. She says that too. She agrees.
She agrees with you. I'm going to say Nia retains, but Tiffy cashes in.
That's what I want. Okay, fine. I'm going with you. That's what I want to say also.
Then we stay even.
Yep, we're on the same page. Yep.
She's going to cash in.
That's what I want to happen. I hope it happens.
And she's going to win it if she cashes in.
Yeah. It's going to be like Nia wins out of pure exhaustion, and then Tiffy's going to cash it in. That's been my thought process the whole time. But the last time I said anything like that, screwed me over in predictions.
All right, let's go
you
with...
wanna go Liv Rhea?
Let's go Liv Rhea. I'm going to go Rhea. Rhea wins this
Okay, I'm
one.
going Rhea also. I was wondering if you were going to go Liv because he went Finn too, so I was wondering if you're going to do the Judgment Day sweep. I'm doing the Terror Twins sweep because like I said, I feel like I do feel like this feud needs to start to kind of wrap up in a way. I personally feel a little bit of redundancy on Raw closes recently. So kind of my hope. I'm hoping this kind of wraps it up. And I'm going with Rhea.
All right, Rhea wins the title. Let's go with the Hell in the Cell. Drew versus CM Punk.
I'm going Punk. I'm going CM Punk on it for sure.
Yeah, I think Punk got to win this one. I think it's going to set up a future title match, which then further down the road, Seth Rollins screws him out of that title shot and sets up their ongoing feud to set up that next chapter for Punk. So Punk is winning it, catapults him into the title picture. So, all right. That leaves us with the tagged match, not titles. It's new Bloodline, Solo, and Jacob Fatu versus Roman and Cody. What do we got?
I'm going new Bloodline, picking up the underdog upset victory over Roman and Cody. I just think that this is a feud that is obviously far from over. Yeah, and so I think it just makes sense to have for the Bloodline to win this and set up that next push in that next chapter and what is going on. I said on last week's episode that I wouldn't be surprised if there's some form of like KO interaction here that could potentially cost them, setting up the I almost said Cena. We were just talking about Cena. Setting up the Rhodes KO feud further.
Yeah.
But I've also read some stuff that maybe The Rock could somehow be involved in Bad Blood today. He is currently in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
So he posted that he was at some high school football game in Georgia.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. Like it would that would also make sense to then further that like kind of spearhead the Rock Roman rivalry that everyone has wanted forever. So what about you? What are you thinking?
Yep, I agree with you. It's the main event of the show, and I just think something crazy is going to happen in Atlanta, and I think it starts with the New Bloodline winning the match. So, all right, man.
All right.
That's our predictions. I think
for Bad Blood.
We agree on everything except for Priest and Finn. So,
yeah, you too.
And she agrees too.
Yeah.
Hi, Lane Bug. Hi.
All right. We'll be back after the show to review and see how we did prediction-wise.
Yeah, we will, man.
All right.
A few moments later.
Now we got the show to handle. So, first things first, Hell in a Cell match.
First match of the night.
Yeah. We got Punk versus McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell in the fucking blood feud that they've been building. Phenomenal match.
Dude, the match was...
I haven't seen that much blood
in WWE in a long time. Long
since
time.
Ric Flair.
And you said in previous episodes, this is what you wanted to see.
Like, I did. I said I wanted it to be...
bloody mess.
Absolute blood. I wanted there to be the Stone Cold and the Sharpshooter vibes, and goddamn, we got that exact like callback.
Yeah.
We got bleeding CM Punk putting a sharpshooter onto Drew McIntyre, who's dripping blood, who goes up onto his arms, and he was like yelling while doing it.
Yeah.
Just short of him actually passing out.
Yep.
So, fuck, dude. It was a brutal match. The goddamn, the fucking stair bump that Drew took on his asshole.
Ooh.
He didn't have lower back problems before that. He has them now.
Yeah, and he's definitely going to have a hard time pooping for the next few days. The corner of the fucking... It went right into the hole, dude. There's no... Like, 95% of the blood coming from him was out of his ass after the match. That's not actually true. He wasn't bleeding from his butt as far as we know. But it was a brutal spot.
After a long, hard fight, CM Punk takes the victory.
He sure did.
Hopefully... Well, not hopefully. Honestly, I don't hope it does. But theoretically ending the feud.
Yeah, I was going to say
I honestly I want this one to continue, personally. That's just me.
Yeah, my initial thoughts are it feels finalized because it's such a big stipulation, but
it also doesn't.
But I almost doesn't, you know. But they were both exhausted after the match, and everyone's falling down. Couldn't even walk, and so great match, brutal match. It had everything you wanted to be part of this feud, and definitely showed a very edgier side of WWE that we haven't seen. So, really enjoyed the match. Excited to see if it doesn't continue where these two go, because it's. To me, this has been the feud of the year because it's been ongoing since essentially Survivor Series when CM Punk came back, but really from Royal Rumble on. So, yeah.
I don't disagree with just the idea of it being like the best feud and not necessarily wanting it to end because it has been so good. But at the same time, like we said, I don't know how it could continue. Because I feel like the only way you could continue this would be to go bigger, and there's not really any way to go bigger than Hell in a Cell. So I feel like it needs to be over for that sake. You don't want it like you almost want to end the feud when you have people wanting more, than to have it go on to the point where people are like, okay, this needs to be over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like go out on top, like Barry Sanders that shit, and call it good.
I feel like if they were gonna continue it, the only way to end it after this, I mean, if this doesn't end it, the only way would be, I think you mentioned it earlier, actually, while we were watching it. I think
It might have been me.
it might have been you, the Buried Alive.
Buried Alive.
Oh yeah, that was
me.
Tim. Yeah,
Buried Alive match would, give the loser a little bit of time off.
True.
Time off will, as we all know, ends a storyline.
Yeah.
Gives you opportunity to start something new. So I think that would be a good way to finish it. But I would be perfectly happy with it ending right here.
It could be a 3 stages of hell match. We haven't seen those in a while where it's like a 2 out of 3 falls, but you have a stipulation for each match. And that would be kind of cool. And that would give a definitive winner. Like, I know CM Punk has 2 wins over Drew, or 1 more win over Drew, but I don't know. If it were to take a step, I think that would be the direction I lean, is 3 stages of hell.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that puts us on the record being 1 for 1 on predictions. Tim and I, before the match, it was before Nathan was here, we did our predictions, and we both predicted Punk to come out victorious in this match. So 1 for 1. The next match up on the old schedule was the Nia Jax Bayley match for the WWE Women's Championship.
Got Nia winning the match, and I was disappointed because SummerSlam, I think they tore the house down. It was a much better match. Several missteps in this one.
Nia Jax was definitely off. She has
Apparently
regrets.
does know how to do a Samoa Slam.
She tried new things, which I think was kind of cool, but
the Hurricane me and Timmy had been over the last couple months, actually, and me specifically, I've been giving Nia Jax her flowers because she had been impressing me. She has gotten a lot better in the ring. It was off tonight for sure. That definitely felt like a regression almost there. There were a couple spots where it was even like, oh, fuck, you might injure Bayley again type of thing, Mm-hmm. The spot on the stairs and then the swing into the barricade was a little sloppy, which could have very easily gone south. Luckily, it seems like Bayley was fine, but it was a little disappointing. I agree. They put on a really good match at SummerSlam, and then
I'm not a big Nia Jax fan, so it went probably about as I expected it to go.
The other disappointment to it was there really was no new wrinkle to this match. It almost followed the same wrinkle of Tiffy coming out.
Bayley has the upper hand. Tiffany Stratton comes out to
maybe
make it look like it might be a
in.
cash in, but also to distract her, and
So it
then
really
Bayley gets the win.
It didn't add much to it, and I thought this would have been a good time
Nia
for
gets the
Tiffy
win,
to cash in. The crowd was wanting it, and I know just pushing it further back is going to make us want it more, but I think after the match tonight, it could have probably used it and brought something back to that match.
Yeah,
so,
just a new flavor for sure.
So for that puts us
2 for 2.
2 for 2 minus
2 for 2 for the match. We had the added
Tiffy
prediction of Tiffany Stratton cashing in.
So
So
we both
match
missed
wise, we're
on
2
that.
for 2, but we did have a miss there. So overall, 2 for 3 on predictions. Next up was the
Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
Priest and Balor match.
Solid match.
I think definitely a solid match for
Yeah, it
sure.
was good.
Again, I don't feel like that feud was finalized in this match. It didn't. Like, I thought what we were getting was going to be the culmination of this feud, but definitely did not feel like that. But Damian Priest wins this one. And again, had outside interference. So again, Damian Priest is coming out as this super star, can't be beaten kind of character. So
Yeah. It was I had predicted Priest to win this, and I thought it was going to be like he's going to win because I feel like this is where the title needs to, or sorry, not title, but like the feud for it needs to be over. I had felt like the Judgment Day and the Terror Twins whole thing has kind of, I have loved almost every step of it, but the last few weeks on Raw, it's been very redundant endings where you have the Judgment Day standing tall over the Terror Twins when they attack one during a match or before a match or after a match, and then the other comes out, and then you even got Jey Uso mixed in there every now and then they ended up all on the losing side of it, and it was just, there was a lot where it's just like each week it's been the same fucking thing.
I actually just thought of something where this feud can go. Judgment Day got involved. We got Survivor Series on the horizon, and why not do a Survivor Series match? You have the Judgment Day. We got Jey Uso been teaming up with Priest. Braun Breaker kind of put things aside with Jey Uso the other on Raw. So we got 3 versus 4 so far. So just coming up with a couple more partners, you could have a Survivor Series style match.
Well, I mean, Rhea Ripley.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they usually don't They don't do mixed tag on that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like we were talking
You could
earlier,
go Sami
you could
Zayn, though,
you could
because
put Rhea
Zayn's
Ripley
true.
in the ring against almost any guy on the roster, and it's a believable match. So,
And Jay, before Sammy was gonna go for Gunther, Jay was backstage with him and was like, "Hey, you could help me handle this Judgment Day thing."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
could see that happening.
Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, Jey
Yeah.
Uso, and Damian Priest. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, on that match, I had predicted Priest to win. Timmy,
And I
you had
predicted
predicted
Finn.
Finn to win. So I am now 3 for 4. You are 2 for 4
Yep.
on predictions. And that brings us to the continuance of this whole feud that we were just talking about, which is the Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Title. In a stipulated match with Dominic Mysterio in a shark cage suspended above the bottom of the entrance ramp, I guess.
Yeah.
Suspended right above outside the ring there. And we had both predicted Rhea to win this.
And we're kind of right.
We were right. I mean,
She won.
Rhea did win the match.
Got the dub.
She won via disqualification though, so she did not get the title, but she did win the match.
Yeah.
So we were correct there. So what would that make us? 4 for 5, 3 for 5.
Yep.
On predictions.
Raquel Rodriguez returns. She's been gone for a long time and teaming up with Liv. She came to Liv's aid on this, so that was a new wrinkle to this. So we continue this Liv Rhea feud, and then having Dom hanging upside down as a pinata. That was definitely interesting to close out the match there, but. Again, I was hoping for almost a Judgment Day Terror Twins finale at Bad Blood. So
yeah, this just popped in my mind. So now you have this. Clearly, the Rhea Ripley Liv Morgan feud's not done. Mm-hmm. I feel like that was made obvious, right? She had somebody come out to help her retain the title, even though she technically lost the match. Rhea, literally, the whole point of this match is to regain the thing she never lost. So she still hasn't done that. What are the chances? I'm thinking, right? We got Raquel Rodriguez returning, Liv's former tag partner who Rhea injured to screw her out of the title. Now you got Liv and Raquel Rodriguez that Rhea's got to deal with. Who, women's roster-wise, could help to even the playing field here? First and only name that comes to my mind is Becky Lynch.
The man Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Right? Becky Lynch has, there's like, she hasn't signed anywhere else.
She lost it to Liv.
She lost it to Liv. She lost the retention to Liv. The rematch to Liv. All around due to Dom. Mm-hmm. Now that all the events with Dom have played out the way they've played out, there's definitely bad blood there. Yeah. Rhea and Becky have not necessarily ever been on the same page or the same side, but I could definitely see this being like a Roman Cody situation.
Yeah.
Put your differences aside for to fight the greater evil.
Yeah.
So that would be an interesting way to go about it. We finalized the show with the main event, which was the tag team match between the New Bloodline against Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, partnering up for Roman's first match back in the WWE since he lost the title to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
Oos.
Here we go.
Well, we get a returning Jimmy. Jimmy came back, and the camera angle on, like the camera work they did on that
great.
was incredible.
It was amazing,
because
yeah.
you didn't catch him right away, but then like all of a sudden I was like, is there someone like next to them? Or
It looked like he was in the crowd.
Yeah, he almost looked like he was in the crowd.
And then you're like, oh no, he's standing inside the barricade.
But we were looking at that crowd all night, and you were the macho-ception that we had going on.
Just when you think Bloodline's getting the numbers game again, you know,
somebody comes out.
Tonga and Tonga, as I like to call them, come out and interfere. Boom! You see a hooded, masked figure wearing a COVID mask, hooded, standing outside the ring. One of the Tongas like grabs him and like turns him. Boom! Catches a super kick. Boom! Next one catches a super kick. Demasked Solo Sikoa catch super kick. Jimmy Uso back in action.
Dude,
He's also been gone since just after WrestleMania. So
yeah,
it's been
it was a SmackDown after WrestleMania. He got ousted.
Yeah,
I haven't
that's
seen him since. By
Sikoa.
Solo. His brother, his little brother.
It was
Younger brother.
I mean, nothing crazy too much about the actual match itself. Cody Rhodes almost was a non-factor in this match. It felt like he was in the match,
which was weird because he was in the match more than Roman.
Yeah, but
like he was the legal person
for
far more than Roman was the legal person in the match. But he felt like he was a non-factor in the match.
Real quick, and this is going to lead into what I have to say about this match. Prior to all this, we have the unveiling of the Crown Jewel Championship.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
which looks like it's about this tall. Looks
it's
like
a big belt.
If you ever played those SmackDown versus Raw games, you can make your custom championships. That's what it reminded me of. Just, just jewels everywhere, just massive belt. And at Crown Jewel, you're going to have a reigning champion versus reigning champion match, and the winner becomes the Crown Jewel champion. So I think that is a way for them to pull Cody out of this bloodline storyline, get him in a different direction to separate him from the bloodline so we can do this bloodline Civil War thing the right way.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after everything was said and done, you think the show's over? The Rock's music just...
Yeah.
And
Rock comes out very
ominous.
Picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Like to a T. Didn't say a damn thing. No words spoken. He just stands there staring into the ring at Cody and Roman and Jimmy. The new bloodline kind of tucked tail and ran up into the crowd. And yeah, so we're left with a lot of questions. I know none of us have watched the post show yet.
But even post show, apparently
post show,
which
of the post show,
a friend
breaking news.
A friend sent a video and didn't even know it happened. But KO attacks Cody Rhodes as he's about to get on his bus.
Yeah,
which I don't think I can recall a time where something like that has happened.
Yeah, where it's like literally off camera everything. Like the only video footage of it that we have, at least right now,
like security camera.
It's people filming.
Yeah, it's like
people,
social media.
Yeah, it's like social media.
Video.
It's like phones filming because there's people screaming.
Yeah.
Kevin, what are you doing? Knock it off. What are you doing? Kevin, calm down. Like, people are like screaming. It's just fans.
Yeah.
So it's like people just witnessed this take place. So
I think it's super cool.
yeah, very
Again, another way to get Cody out of this bloodline feud and give him a new direction. And again, we talked on the episode about Miz being a better heel than face. I think KO is a phenomenal heel as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
He makes a great face, but heel is where he is fight Owens fight to the T.
But
And
he's one of those, though, just like we talked about in the episode. He is a good tweener.
yes, for sure.
Just like Randy Orton. Like, even when he's a heel, he's still the good guy, you know? Like,
Yeah.
we love Kevin Owens, so even when he's a heel, we got his back, we're going to chant his name.
Yeah.
So I think that works for him.
Yeah.
So, with the predictions on the tag team match, me and Tim had both thought that the new Bloodline was actually going to win that match because we just felt like it would build the feud farther, moving on. And that obviously did not happen. So that would be out of 5, 6 because of the Tiffany Stratton. So I missed 2, so 4 for 6, and you'd be 3 for 6, I think is where we're at there.
Yeah. I think
However, I did say that I saw on the predictions, I saw that The Rock was in Georgia. So I'm counting it. I'm counting it. The Rock did come out. I wasn't wrong.
I'm counting mine too then, because I said that The Rock and Jimmy were going to come out when we went to SmackDown a couple weeks ago.
That didn't happen then, but sure. Yeah. We'll go for it.
All right. That
leads
brings us to our 3 bells segment. So after every pay-per-view, we give the 3 bells. You can give a decimal on it. It doesn't have to be a full bell. Nathan, since you are our guest, we're going to let you rate the pay-per-view first.
I'm going to give it 1.5.
Okay, right down the middle.
Yeah, it's like, it feels cookie cutter from SummerSlam, from Bash. Like, it doesn't feel like storylines were progressed. That's how I feel about it, you know. We're still going to be dealing with Tiffany Stratton acting like she's not going to cash in on Nia. We all know she's going to cash in on Nia. Just do it, you know. And then it's like, okay, it's going to be Bayley and Nia again. Bloodline, yeah, Roman Reigns won, but at what cost? Same thing happened.
Yeah.
New Bloodline attacked Cody Rhodes after the match and then bounced as soon as there was opposition. All right, cool. I didn't feel like any storylines were actually progressed in this pay-per-view, so I give it 1.5. Some great matches, some phenomenal matches. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, same thing though. Does it feel like the end? Yes and no.
Yeah.
So, 1.5 for me.
Ryan, what do you got?
I'm going to go with a 2. Some of the same points that Nathan just said, but also a couple opposite points. I felt like a couple storylines were progressed. I feel like the included wrinkle of Raquel Rodriguez interfering, that is definitely a progression of the storyline because that just adds more fuel to the fire for Rhea to continue to want revenge. So I feel like that builds that. And I feel like we thought that The Rock was going to come out. There have obviously been the history parts of where we thought Jimmy would potentially be returning at some point, or knew he was going to be returning at some point too. And yes, those took place, so we kind of knew that was coming. But the way it happened with The Rock coming out, and it was more mysterious, because it's like we don't know who he was coming out towards, for, against, what it was, right? I feel like there's a little bit of added stuff there. I feel like it definitely, this card definitely built SmackDown this week, like for sure. Like SmackDown's going to be like especially with the post show attack with Cody and KO. Like now it's literally like SmackDown's going to be must watch this week. Like you can't miss SmackDown because you're assuming Rock's going to be involved. They're obviously going to see the fallout of KO and Cody. Raw tomorrow is going to be already a loaded card, or sorry, not tomorrow, Monday is going to be a loaded card, but now you also have that added wrinkle with Rhea and Liv and Raquel Rodriguez and all that. The Hell in a Cell match was match of the night. It was a fucking banger. It was amazing, like up there with all of the best Hell in a Cell matches ever. It was fantastic. So I think really the only sour note I have from this, which is what dropped it to a 2 for me, was the Bayley Nia Jax, because it just felt like such a letdown and a disappointment. Because that was cookie cutter. That was from top to bottom for the match.
That was less than cookie cutter.
Yeah, it was like
That was like you used the cookie.
You knew exactly what was going to happen,
twisted it, and
but then the actual you knew it was going to happen, and then the actual match itself was a disappointment because of how poor the performance of Nia Jax was. So yeah, Tim,
I was originally gonna lean towards Nathan's 1.5. But the reveal of the post show of KO attacking Cody, that just added another level of excitement. So I'm giving it a 2 bells. The Hell in a Cell really brought it together. I think that was an amazing match. The excitement of The Rock, and I kind of counter your point of the Cody Rhodes, Roman, Rock, what now KO thing. I think it just adds to that. What is next for Cody Rhodes? Is his focus KO? Is his focus Roman? Is it The Rock? It just kind of adds that mystery. It makes SmackDown a must-watch, like you said.
Well, and there's the other wrinkle that we didn't even discuss is the fact that the Bloodline started. They attacked Cody post-match. They didn't even attack Roman and Jimmy.
That's true.
Roman and Jimmy are walking up the entrance ramp, and Cody gets attacked by the new Bloodline. It's like we said, he felt like a non-factor in the match. He didn't even play a part in the outcome of the match. So it was just like, no, they're attacking him, and now you have The Rock coming. Like, it was just like, it's all like, what the fuck's going on? Now he gets attacked by Cody after this show. Yeah. Cody had a hell of a night.
Yeah, what brought the show down for me was the Nia Bayley, a little bit of the Finn and Priest and Liv and Rhea, just because I thought those were going to come to an end, and
that's where like Finn and Priest, that was just like that we saw that on
that's a Raw match, right? We could have got Gunther and Sami Zayn on the card.
That didn't feel like even a low card PLE match. Like it just.
The feud going into it felt like a PLE match, but then what we got was a Raw match, and the same.
That was
the same format.
That was a feud that felt like there should have been a stipulation.
Yeah.
There wasn't. Yeah, it did. It just felt like it was like a Raw main event.
And it was the same thing that happens on every Raw. Boom, Judgment Day comes out. Oh, except for this time, Damian Priest was able to get the upper hand on him.
Yeah.
Finn Balor walk away. Okay, cool.
So
it was a Raw match. Didn't seem like a PLE match to me.
Yeah.
So 2 bells, but KO really saved that in from the social media video. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not counting that into my bells.
Yeah.
It wasn't during the show. So
True.
We're not going to officially hear about that until Friday.
That's true.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
That wraps up Bad Blood. And,
Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for being here.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Clinky.
Till next time.
Drinky. Stay classy, San Diego.
All right.
All right.
Sweet.
Let's fucking go.